What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? I'm literally gonna take my water. Okay. But I hope it is raining outside. I just don't understand. What is this? Fall? Well, no. What is it? Spring or whatever? Where's this rain coming from? But let me shut up about that. Anyway, y'all, let's have some fun. Okay. I mean, some of these stories ain't fun like, but some of these stories is a goddamn mess that we about to talk about. I hope everybody has had a good week. Shout out to Miss Lady. Girl, you didn't tell me your name or anything. You had to jet up out of there. Girl, I'm on the desk like almost to the last hour or the last hour of the day, like at the very beginning of the last hour of the day. And I'm sitting there with my headphone in, right? I'm just laughing my ass off. I got my mask on, but I'm pretty sure you could tell that I was laughing behind that mask, all right? And then I'm just rocking like this, rocking side to side, because it was cold as shit up in the goddamn library. I just don't understand why they can't regulate our heat right, but neither here nor there. So I'm trying to warm up without going to actually put my jacket on, and I'm just busting up laughing to myself at this podcast. I was listening to the Friend Zone, their yearly wrap up that they just put up today, and this lady was like, "You Ashley? Your name Ashley?" I was like, "Huh?" The YouTuber. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's me." But y'all be throwing me off sometimes, okay? Because you know, I'm still one of those type of people where I don't let this stuff get to my head, because for why? At the end of the day, I'm still just regular old me in a regular ass place and, paying rent like everybody else. But hey, it is what it is. Hey, Miss Lady, thank you. Shout out to you, boy. I wish you would have gave me your name, but, we all had shit to do. But anyway, we get into the video. And unfortunately, we got to start the video off with some sad shit, okay? Because literally, as soon as I woke up this morning, I woke up at 8:30. Mind you, my ass went to sleep after 3 o'clock. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. I do this shit to myself, so I ain't even finna fucking complain about it. But I woke up at 8:30, and then going about my regular day. I'm finna get ready to get in the shower and all that shit, because as soon as I wake up, I just go straight to the bathroom. That's just what it is. It ain't no give me a second, girl, just go straight to the bathroom. So as I'm walking to the washroom, I'm doing my due diligence and stuff, and then I just so happen to pick up my phone, and I'm going through Twitter, my messages, and then all of a sudden I see a link from B. Scott, and it was talking about how Twitch passed away. And I said, hold on a minute. Let me take this back for a second. I said, excuse me, Twitch who? Is there another Twitch that I don't know? Not Twitch, the one that do the dancing and stuff. Not Twitch, the one that be on, that used to be on Ellen and all that. Not Twitch that I just saw on TikTok. Like his video just popped up on my For You page, the other night. And I was just like, what? So I read the article, and it was a TMZ article, and then later his wife confirmed it. But what they said in the TMZ article was, his name is Stephen Boss. He had left the house without his car. And she said that's very unusual for him to leave the house and not take his car, whatever. He wound up, and this all happened yesterday. This all happened yesterday on a Tuesday. He went to a LA hotel, and that is where I guess that, the cops were called, because I guess, he was found unresponsive. I don't know if they heard the shot or whatever, but I don't know if it was a gunshot. I can't remember. But either way, he passed away by his own doing in a hotel room, I believe. He unalived himself. And I was just like, wow. Wow. When I tell you, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I knew everything about this man. But I knew when this man first came to the scene. Okay, I knew when I first saw him. Some of y'all, you know, you're a little younger than me or whatever, and some of y'all probably been watching the Ellen show, and that's where y'all first saw him on there, being her DJ, you know, doing a little dances and all that stuff. I remember him when he was on So You Think You Can Dance. Okay, that's where I saw Twitch at for the very first time. On the very first time he was on So You Think You Can Dance, when So You Think You Can Dance was really that bitch back in the day. Okay, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And my whole timeline was just flooded with a whole bunch of his performances that he's done, you know, the movies that he's been in. He was just a light. And I was talking, as I found this out, I was actually on the phone with somebody while I was in the bathroom, and I should have been in the shower. But I was on the phone with somebody, and I just went to, I was like, oh my God, he passed away. And they was like, well, why would he do something like that? I mean, he just looked so happy. He was like the most happiest person, and he was just so, you know, fun and everything. And then, you know, he also has 3 kids. He has a wife and all of that. Now, why would he do that? Like the wife just gave, they just had a baby or something like that. And they just kept harping, and it was kind of bothering me a little bit, because in this day and age, we should kind of know that, you know, I know we have questions or whatever, but we have come along to see people that do things like this a lot of times, and there are main reasons sometimes why a person do it, and sometimes it's harder to figure out. But at the same time, we can't sit back and say, well, they look so happy, and I never thought that they would be the type to do this and do that, because they look so happy. They were just so fun. They always was smiling or whatever. And I literally said, those are the ones that you have to look out for some of the times, okay? Because the ones that are always so happy, the ones that are always so cheery, always smiling, always want to, you know, make things better for other people, whatever, you know, sometimes it be some things just going on within them, and, you know, they be the one that fall through the crack, because everybody feel as though we don't really have to check up on them like that, because they got their stuff together. They're okay. They're not dealing with anything that's just like everybody else or whatever. And that's not necessarily the case. And with him, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was depression. I don't know if it was some other issues internally that was going on. But, you know, we've all had our bouts. We all had our bouts, you know, that I don't know if we all, but I know most of us have. Let me change that up. Most of us have had our struggles with being in a dark place, thinking that we're not going to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? I've had my struggles. I talked about it all the time, you know, and actually talking about it for me has helped me so that I won't get to that spot. I mean, there was this one time, I'm not even going to sit here and lie. There was this one time that I was just thinking, like, if something was to happen to me, nobody would care. Nobody would know. You know what I'm saying? And it just got me in a dark place. You know, that was when I was in a dark place. And when I tell you it only happened one time that I actually thought that, but I never thought of self-harming or anything like that. But, you know, you just have to be aware, and you have to meet. And I know we so tired of people saying, well, check on this person, and you have to do this and you have to do that. But at the end of the day, what else can you say? But you just have to be there for people. And if you're going through something, have to talk. You have to talk, because holding that stuff in, it's just going to make it worse. It's just going to make it worse. It's going to make it build up, and you need a release, and you probably going to release it in the wrong way, and we don't want you to do that. But my condolences to his family, my condolences to the friends and all the people that knew him, that was saying nothing but great things about him. And see, that's what be getting me most of the time. When some of these people that be doing this stuff, you know, that go this route, people come out and they're the ones that have nothing but nice things to say, like purely nice things to say about them, not one negative thing. I have yet to see a negative comment about him. And so that's what really kind of makes this even more sadder than what it is. But, you know, my condolences to him, to his family, to his friends, to his colleagues, everything, you know. It's very, very sad. Brittany Griner is free, y'all. Let me just talk about this for a second. And I don't feel like I don't want to go on and on about it. But this whole situation kind of made me mad, and not for the reason that other people are mad. I feel as though all of a sudden, and this is amongst black folks, and I'm not saying just because you're black and you're a woman especially, or just because you're black in general, that you're supposed to be siding with the black person or whatever. But it was just so crazy how, you know, it was a lot of black people when this whole situation with Brittany Griner happened, of her getting caught with, you know, a vape pen. A vape pen that, you know, I guess she must have forgot that she had. Okay. And I honestly feel like it was an innocent mistake, you know, a little coincidental mistake or whatever. But I do, and I have said, you have to be careful when you go to other countries, especially a country like Russia. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful to abide by the critique. What is it? Their rules, bitch. What the fuck I was about to say? I was about to say critique, stimulation, all of that shit, girl. Anyway, you have to go by their rules. You got to make sure you go by their standards. You got to make sure that you are on your P's and your Q's, okay? And I just want people to look at this situation and to, you know, look at it for what it is. Like, you just have to be careful. Use this as an example to be careful, and make sure if you go out the country, you look up that country and you make sure that you don't have nothing that can cause you any issues at the airport, nothing that can cause you any issues anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So she had the little vape pen, and they basically, and I think it was like just a little bit of the hash oil or whatever. And see, my issue with this whole thing is because some of y'all, you know, a lot of people like, you got to do your research. When certain things come up, it's always, you got to do your research, do your research, do your research. Okay, so we researched, and there are so many other cases of people, even Russian citizens, who have had way more actual weed products or weed substances that they had, and they were charged with, and they did way less time in prison, or got way less harsher consequences for it, you know. And I read about one girl who only got like a few months, probably less than 6 months, and then like $100 fine. And she had way more stuff than Brittany Griner, who just had a fucking little vape pen. Girl, get your words together. You know what I'm saying? And so it just bothers me how people say, well, if you gonna come over there and you gonna do this, you did a crime, so you might as well pay the consequences and all this shit. That's what you're saying now. And nobody said that she was without fault. Nobody said that she didn't deserve to do, like, you know, to pay and to get out of it. But what we're saying, the ones that have sense, is 9 years for a fucking vape pen. And for people getting in their feelings that this girl got released when prior to this, you know, and especially when we was trying to figure out whether or not she was going to get sentenced, whether or not they was going to swap. It's like y'all didn't realize that this swap was going to happen. They've been talking about a swap between these two individuals that got swapped before she even was sentenced. I mean, did y'all miss that? For the ones that having such an issue with this, did y'all miss that? You know what I'm saying? And then the same ones that was like, free her, now that she free, it's like, oh, that's fucked up. I don't think that was a fair trade. Why would you trade this person for somebody over a vape pen? And then you got this Marine that's still over there and all this shit and woo, 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 woo. That's fucked up. If you gonna do the crime, you need to do the time and all this shit. The same ones that was saying free her, now she free, now you got a problem with it. No, here's the thing. And I had to block a bitch in my comments because she was just being dumb. But, don't, in my inbox. I hate when people inbox me shit that's, girl, you stupid. Anyway, here's my thing. When it comes to people saying that she got, you know, it was an unfair swap, you know, I expect that from like the white wingers. The right wingers, the mega crowd, them motherfuckers that all of a sudden they care so much about the country But yet they don't care about the people that's actually in the country. They only care about certain sectors, certain people, certain, parts. You know what I'm saying? Those. I'm pretty sure. And the racists, they, of course, just were not here for the fact that this WNBA star, because like this woman said, you swap a WNBA player who don't care about this country, who, over a U.S. Marine. I said, girl, what? Cause she took a knee. Cause she took a knee mean that she don't care about the country. Okay. And that's just that propaganda shit that they want to put out there. Once again, misconstruing stuff. But at the same time, what I'm talking about is, you get upset because this swap happened. Yes, I understand that the person that they swapped her with is a bad guy. We get that. But let's not act as if he's the only person in the world who has issue with us, with this country, and who does the exact same thing that he got caught for. Okay? He's a fucking arms dealer. He has an issue with the U.S., and there's so many other more that does the same thing and that are free, that's been free, that nobody's captured, that the people already know about over there in the government. But y'all pissed off about this whole situation. A person, and this is what's getting me. Nobody ever knew. Most of y'all, you never knew about this person that they swapped Brittany for. You never knew about this Marine until Brittany got over there in that situation, and then the talks about, doing a swap came up. You never knew about this Marine. And then a lot of people are getting their information wrong about the Marine and what he did compared to, he actually committed a crime. Like a really, really bad crime. Because from what I've been reading, allegedly, he took money from the U.S. military or something like that. They got him over there for espionage charges and all this stuff. He claimed that somebody set him up. Just so conveniently, somebody set him up. It's just a lot of stuff that's going on with his case that's not so cut and dry like Brittany Griner's was, okay? And if you don't know, Brittany Griner was held and given all of those goddamn years, 9 years for a fucking vape pen because she was being used as a political prisoner. Because of the simple fact that Russia had went to war with Ukraine, and the U.S. sided with Ukraine and has been giving aid in helping Ukraine, okay? And then all of a sudden this shit happened, so let's stick it to them, okay? Let's knock them down a little bit. We got somebody that some of y'all care about, and we gonna hold her captive too. We gonna do the fucking most, and if it was somebody else, they would have did the exact same thing, okay? She was a political prisoner, This other dude, he's over there for espionage and some other shit or whatever, and yeah, it's kind of fucked up that he's still over there. He's been over there for 4 years or so, but for people like Trump and everybody else to come out, baby Trump, you was good girlfriends a little bit with Putin for a minute, okay? Whether it was for political association or whatever the fuck it was, you had his ear at one point throughout your whole fucking presidency. Nobody heard anything about this Marine. Nobody heard about you trying to get him out. Nobody heard about any negotiation for anybody every time we saw your ass sit down there with that motherfucking man. But now all of a sudden you got something to say about this girl being swapped and coming home? Bitch, I give a good goddamn. I don't care what anybody say. I am glad that she is home. I'm not finna be sitting here getting fake mad over somebody that I don't fucking... Girl, I don't know no fucking wheeling, okay? I seen his charges and shit. I'm sorry he over there, but, he shouldn't have did what he did. Like the same thing y'all said about Brittany. She shouldn't have did what she did. Well, he should have been a little bit more careful too, okay? And it just is what it is. I just feel like it's a whole bunch of fucking fake outrage. First you say free her, now she free, and it's like, oh, you shouldn't have did that because what's gonna happen? Bitch, the same shit that's been happening. That motherfucker ain't the only person that got a vendetta against this country. Okay? That motherfucker ain't the only one that got power or whatever the fuck he got. It's people out here that got way more access and way more power than him to do anything. So, like... Dismiss me with that. I'm supposed to be scared. I'm supposed to live my life in fear. Y'all don't give a damn about that, because if y'all did, y'all would have been knew about that before Brittany got caught up in some shit. Like, come on, stop it. I don't like that fake shit. And it's from black folks. Like, bitch, y'all wasn't looking into this shit. And I'm talking about niggas. Niggas like me. Okay, y'all didn't know nothing about this, and all of a sudden, oh, this is unfair. Shut the fuck up. Okay, just really shut the fuck up. And some of y'all watching. And if it hit you, it hit you. I said what I said. Moving on for that. Girl, Brittany home. That's just all that it is, and I'm glad. Okay. Did y'all see KD? Y'all know Katie Don. She made a fucking song to the beat of Petey Pablo's Raise Up. North Carolina, go on and raise up. Put your shirt off and spin it around your head. Spin it like a helicopter. Bitch, and she made it the stud strap anthem. Take your strap off. All that stuff, because Brittany Griner's home. Take your strap off. Swing it over your head like a helicopter. That shit was funny as hell. I'm so glad she coming back just a little bit, because, you know, she had a, when she did Dear Stan, that was like one of her best comedy skits that she ever did. That shit was funny as hell. But, you know, she been going through the motions, because I think like a couple of years ago, her brother passed away. So, you know, she's been dealing with that. But shouts out to her. Moving on to that, moving on to some other shit that I want to talk about for right second. Girl, Janet Jackson going on tour. Mama announced that shit yesterday. I said, bitch, what? Yesterday was Tuesday, right? Monday, I synced on Instagram and Twitter. She was like, listen, come to my Instagram. I'm going to do a little live at 8:50 in the morning, her time, or whatever time it was. Because, baby, by the time I woke up, it was already up for like 40-some minutes or whatever. So, I guess, whatever. Basically, Mama announced that she going on tour, because y'all remember post-pandemic, or I should say pre-pandemic, Janet was supposed to go on the Black Diamond tour, and when the tour started, was supposed to start, that's when her album, the Black Diamond album, was supposed to drop as well. But all of that got scrapped. I don't understand why the music didn't come out. I don't know if she felt like she needed to tour in order for the album to be successful, but I truly feel like she should have just went on ahead and put the music out, whether it did whatever she wanted it to do, because we ain't had nothing else to do but to sit there and stream it and listen to it, you know. But of course the tour unfortunately got canceled. Baby, I was so mad when I found that out. I was like, damn, like it ain't get postponed. It did get postponed for a second, but then they just went on ahead and eventually canceled it. I understood, because, you know, we was in a pandemic. I mean, technically we still are, but, you know, hey, it is what it is. It was worse then. So now she's going on tour with Ludacris. Ludacris is the special guest. Now I know some people was like, I don't get the combination, but like, this Janet Jackson, the person who fucked around with Jermaine Dupri, bitch, we didn't get the combination, but we went along with it. You want to know what? Throughout that whole relationship, one of the one things that was really good, that song, I gotta get you. That was my shit, okay? I was like, you know, I actually kind of I like them together, though. I like them together. You know, Janet was real fun back then. She was real fun back then. I really just hope, because I already got my ticket. Pre-sale, you know, it's a couple of pre-sales that went on. Pre-sale went on yesterday. I got that shit at 11 o'clock. Baby, I'm 4th row center up. Okay? But anyway, you know, I'm a little worrisome a little bit, because, you know, I spent the grip. I ain't spent a grip, but I spent enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a couple of tickets for me and a friend. And got the tickets, the parking pass, insurance, baby. Yeah, it was it was a decent amount. It was a decent amount. Now, Beyonce, bitch, I need you to come on, because everybody putting out their concert dates, okay? SZA going on tour, and she'll be out here on the 23rd, I think, of February. I'm thinking about getting some tickets for that. That goes on sale tomorrow. Pre-sale go on sale tomorrow. Beyonce, bitch, everybody is dropping their tour dates except for your ass. I don't care about you putting out, or people saying that you might be, you know, making it so that the people that's working for you, the crew and everybody got to be sober and alcohol free, drug free, and you know. I mean, all right. Now, when you say drugs and when you say alcohol, what you mean? Do you mean the hard stuff? So don't let me see you back there drinking no Douce, okay? Don't let me see you back there eating the edible or smoking one of Solange's goddamn joints, okay? Don't let me see you doing shit. Or better yet, don't have none of Jay-Z monogram weed back there either, okay? Since you want everybody to be sober, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need to take a swig just to calm my nerves, not to get drunk. And I said a swig like this. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You mean to tell me they can't have like the little Truly cans down there, whatever? I mean, I can understand the hard liquor, but they can't have little seltzer shit down there, whatever. They can't smoke a little weed and all that shit. Or, you know, yeah, just pass a blunt towards everybody. The Me Too thing, checking the backgrounds, I get with that. But Beyonce, stop it, because you know you're going to be fucked up on that stage too. You sure enough was on the last tour. Line say you wasn't. Line say you wasn't. Thought so. Anyway, so that's going on. And speaking of SZA finally dropped that album, right? Is it called SOS? Huh? What's the album called? Yeah, it's called SOS. Okay. So, you know, people been waiting on SZA to come out. And I'm going to say this. The people y'all get so hyped over, like, to actually hear things from, I don't necessarily get hyped over like that. Was I sitting here waiting for a SZA album? No. Am I glad that she actually finally went on ahead and put one out? Yes. Am I like one of those type of people that, you know, be like, the way that I am over Beyonce, that's the way some people were over SZA in this album. Understandable, because that's y'all girl like that. Like, I love me some SZA too, but I like her as a person. You know what I'm saying? Girl, get the shit together. Put that back. Okay. I like her as a person. And we had this discussion, like, sometimes you just like a person because of who they are over, and not necessarily all of their music. And not saying that I don't like her music. Like, I sit and still listen to Control a lot. But I listened to the SOS, and I was cute. It was cute. It was cute. I wish it was a little bit more variety, but I do definitely feel like some people are overhyping it, but I get the excitement because bitch ain't been out in a minute. And I guess we gonna always be overhyped for our people when they ain't been out in a minute, because wait till Rihanna fucking drop. We gonna say that's the best shit ever, okay? Because, girl, we done waited 10 years. We done waited 10 years, so fuck it. We just gonna be hyped because you finally dropped. But, you know, the album is cute. Mama admitted that she had her ass done. That's fine. It look good. SZA is fine as fuck to me. I don't care what nobody say. Girl, they did a whole thread. Somebody did a whole thread on Twitter where SZA said that she was finally finna release the date when her album was gonna come out. And people got tagged because I guess people tired of her. I guess she done said this before. And somebody put a thread up about how she just a habitual liar. It's like, for what? And we know that we're saying it, and I know that they're coming at it in all of us. It's not being serious, but it's truth to a certain extent. But it was so fucking funny because I was like, there was really a time where SZA faked like she had freckles on her. I said, who the fuck that's that? A beauty mark. Okay, but whole ass face full of freckles. When I saw the video, I said, bitch. Now, SZA, why you do that shit? But it was funny as hell. You gotta find it, okay? It's just a long-standing joke that's just been going on social media about her lying so goddamn much for no reason. But she finally dropped the album. And most of the songs are good. I'm not going to give like a negative review of it because I have to sit with it. I've only listened to it 1.5 times because I started when it first came out, and I think I got through the first 6 songs, and then I just turned it off because I was listening to it late. And so I was like, you know what? I don't want to listen to it this late because I want to digest it. And then I listened to it the other day, but see, I didn't just sit down and listen to it. I was getting ready, so I really wasn't paying attention. But from the songs that I can get, it's good for the most part. It ain't a bad song. It's not a sophomore jinx that at all, and it's doing really good. And I'm proud of her for that. I really am. So yeah, I'm really debating on getting these tickets. I think I wanna. And then she gonna be out here at the United Center. And so that's another plus. I was like, and who was this Oh My dude? Is he good? The one that's going on tour with her? Is he good? Like, should I listen to him first and get a look and see get a feel for who he is? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, I'm really thinking about. And then Ari Lennox going on tour. Oh bitch. Oh bitch. Okay, I'm about to be a tour going bitch. Okay, concert time is back. All right, masked up and everything. But anyway, moving on from that, pray for Celine Dion, because as soon as I did my What It Is, the next day, Celine Dion put out there talking about, and I just felt so bad for her. And I was, sometimes you have to be quiet about certain things that's going on with a person that you notice. And I'm gonna say that there was once a time, probably pre-pandemic or during the pandemic, girl, at one point, Celine Dion became like a little fashion statement. Okay, because mama was going outside dressed and everything, bitch, from athleisure wear, sports wear, formal wear. Mama was doing the damn thing. And if you don't know Celine Dion, baby, you too young or you not cultured enough for me, okay? Because that was my girl. Like, she's one of my top singers, okay? Vocalists. I say one of my top white vocalists, but then she's also in my top 10 of vocalists of all time. You know what I'm saying? That I absolutely love. I grew up on Celine Dion. My mama had her music playing throughout the house all the time. And she's just that girl. She's just that girl. You know what I'm saying? And I love her for that, She found out that, she was having some issues that was going on with her health. And so now she has been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. And I was like, stiff person syndrome? And she said this is a disease, like an autoimmune disease or whatever, something like that, affects your muscles and, causes them to spasm and to get stiff and everything and rigid. And I was like, oh my God. And and as soon as she said muscle, I was like, please, 9 out of 10, her vocal cords gonna be fucked up. And that's what really made me mad. I'm sorry. I heard the fact, and it could be a little shallow of me or insensitive, but I heard the fact that, it affects your walking ability, probably using your arms, because your whole body is muscle for the most part. You're using your muscles to move, And if you don't know, your vocals, your throat, it's a muscle. And so that means that it can and it will affect her voice at some point. I was like, oh my God, that is a treasure. If you ain't never heard Celine Dion, baby, go look her shit up on, look her music up on, whatever streaming app that you have, and look it up on YouTube, some of her live performances. Mama can belt, okay? Mama can belt, and she's just good. And I feel so sad for her. She been through a lot. Like, she had to deal with the death of her husband, who passed away from cancer. And I think she got, like, 2 boys or whatever? She got kids, and she was on tour, and she got and I wanted to see her when she was in her residency. Oh my God, I'm so mad now. That's another one. I've never got to see her live, and I've always wanted to see her live, and I'm not going to be able to do it, but I just want her to be able to take care of herself. And, Mama, you done everything that you need to do, so you could just sit home and rest and try to get as better as you can. Moving on from that. Gunna free, bitch. What? Gunna walked out of jail. Gunna walked out the Fulton County Jail today. Okay? Probably about an hour and a half ago. Bitch. What? I said, now how the fuck this happened? And truth be told, I feel like they was doing the most with him. Like, granted, I know these Fed charges, these RICO charges or whatever, but he only had one. And you mean to tell me You mean to tell me, rude ass bitch, you mean to tell me that, you know, y'all couldn't give him a little bit of bondy bond, you know what I'm saying, and let him put him on house arrest and basically say you can't go nowhere? They could have did that shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. For one little charge, one little conspiracy charge, girl, if y'all let the goddamn Chrisley go home and put them on house arrest, and they stole allegedly $30 million plus from the fucking government, okay, bitch, you couldn't get them a little, I said, all right, and them motherfuckers keep on saying they ain't do shit when it's evidence that they did it, but you know, hey, it is what it is. They said he was released from jail after he pled guilty to racketeering conspiracy charge in a sweeping gang indictment against him. Him, Young Thug, and the whole YSL, bitch. Baby, he said they took negotiated a plea known as the Alford plea, in which the defendant doesn't admit that he committed the crime, but acknowledges that it's in his best interest to, you know, basically make a guilty plea. He basically said that he was due to the charge that he was given. If he would have found guilty of it and would have had to go to trial and had to go to jail, he would have got 5 years in jail. And they let him out with already. I did not realize that he was in jail for a year. They said he had a year served, so they said they gonna give him time served with some other conditions that he gotta follow, probably like 100 plus hours or whatever, a few hundred hours of community service, probably some probation for the other 4 years or whatever, that he's gonna be out free. And he made sure to say, listen, he said, listen, bitch, I ain't say shit. I said, all right, because, you know, they was already calling your ass a snitch for a second. Like, how the fuck you get out for time served on a racketeering charge? He said, listen, while I have always agreed to be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, and I have not been interviewed, and I have not cooperated, and I have not agreed to testify or be a witness against any party in the case. And I absolutely have no intentions of being involved in the trial process in any way. And I was like, all right. You know, because then he said, y'all not finna 6ix9ine me, okay? That's what y'all not finna do, because you see where that motherfucker went. We don't even know, and we don't care. But, you know, Chloe, your man home. I said, listen, bitch, Chloe had her ass out on Instagram. You know, I don't care. Some of y'all just a little bit of prude and, you know, whatever. And I said, oh, so is this why you was doing all that? It's all jokes. But, you know, Gunna's home. Anyway, moving on from that. Girl, let's get into this whole thing that's been happening for the past 3 days. I don't know how deep it's gonna be, bitch. I don't care how long this video is gonna be. Okay, we're gonna put that to the side and we're gonna look at this one. Hold on, don't fall. Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, or I should say the Tory Lanez case for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. And at this point, all right. So, I did not realize that the case or the trial had actually started on Monday. I just thought they was getting a jury together. Tory came up in there, you know, fan, all right, you do what you got to do. He came in there, I guess I don't know what he did on that first day. But, fuck all that. Let's just fast forward to yesterday, okay? You know, they was putting it out there, whatever. Basically, let me get my shit together. Because I was looking for something. God damn it. Oh, it's down here. I was looking for my water. I'm sorry. All right, I'm back and better than ever, bitch. All right. So, basically, what was going on, Tory finna go to jail, okay? I don't know when. I don't know how long, but somebody finna go to jail, okay? Maybe a little bit of probational, I don't know, but somebody finna be found guilty of something, okay? Because first of all, you got his defense up there, and they're basically using this whole defense and trying to make it, you know, they was trying to pull Kylie into it. They was trying to get Corey Gamble to testify and all this shit. And my whole thing is, what the fuck do they got to do with what actually happened in the shooting, okay? The shooting that happened that we now know actually really happened, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, that just didn't make sense. I get it. You want to paint a big picture about what happened that like night that led up to it. Baby, to be quite honest, we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn if it was a party, if it was a gathering, if it was a hookup, if y'all was doing an orgy or whatever. We don't fucking care. We just want to know who pulled the goddamn trigger. That's it. That is it. I don't need all that goddamn backstory or whatever, because it just never makes sense to me. Like, you was really gonna try to get Kylie. I know they went to the party at, or as Kelsey said, it wasn't a party, it was a gathering, you know, at Kylie's house or whatever. Some issues broke out, some fights or whatever, or, you know, and people got their asses kicked out. I can see it. I can see it, you know. But what they not gonna do is, basically what it looked like is Tory's defense is basically trying to paint Megan as a hoe. And that is basically a man still a hoe. That's basically what his people been putting out there, and every time he opened up his mouth ever since this shit happened. And I'm like, at the end of the day, what that got to do with her being shot? So if she was fucking this nigga, fucking you, fucking that, taking this girl man and all this shit, what that got to do with her being shot in her feet? What they got to do with it? So just because she using her pussy the way that she want to use her pussy, that means that, you know, it's okay to shoot her. It's okay to commit this violent act. And I know it's still going to be some of y'all, even though things were actually said and admitted, it's still going to be some of y'all that's still going to be up in the comments denying, you know, because it's a whole bunch of people that quite silent right about now after they went through all this whole rigmarole to paint this girl as a liar, and come to find out she was not lying about getting shot. We knew that. People with half a brain knew that, because at the end of the day, you know, some people was like, and they was trying to make it seem like, and even Megan testified this shit herself, why would I lie? Like, why would, you got to think about it, why would she take the moment to lie on somebody that cannot further her career? Keeping quiet. This man wasn't even a bigger star than her. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, he won't be. He probably a hood star, but he's not going to be on her level ever. And there is absolutely nothing that he can do for her career. So why would she lie on a person like that? You know, why? Like, it just don't make no sense, you know? And like, compared to her, who is he? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? I can't name but one real Tory Lanez song, you know, that was actually a song that I truly like, that I actually know from him. And no shade, because before all this shit was happening, I was just getting into Tory Lanez, you know, and I'm not going to take away from the talent that he does have, but he wasn't a mainstream star. He wasn't that huge of a deal. Like, niggas knew him, but everybody didn't know him the way that they knew Megan, the way that they know all these other rappers or whatever, and artists, you know what I'm saying? But he was getting there, and he's being known more so now for this trial than it is for his actual music and for all the other things that's been going on with him and incidents that has happened. And I truly feel like if he would have kept quiet about the situation and just wait until it came to the court, he still would have been out here dominating. He still could have been out here dominating for real. Not just on the little, you know, with, you know, black folks or whatever, or people that's against Megan and all that stuff, but he really could have been out here dominating. Like, you know, just been quiet about that and played it a little bit better. But, you know, he fucked that shit up himself. And all it just proved to me that, yeah, he was putting shit out there, or had his people feeding it to certain people, you know what I'm saying? The people that was so adamantly against this girl, as if, and they was making it so goddamn personal, as if Megan did something to them, as if Megan actually knew them. And I just didn't understand that. I feel as though if you're gonna be in journalism or fake journalism, and when I say fake journalism, I'm talking about people that didn't go to school for journalism, don't have a degree, but you want to run, you know, a blog site or whatever. If you're gonna do that, you gotta learn to be unbiased. Okay, you gotta be neutral. You gotta just put the news out, and don't be out here trying to pick sides and all this stuff. Just put the news out and let everybody else go at it. That's what you gotta do when you do shit like that. And it's too many blogs out here that are not like that. They're very fucking biased. Okay, very biased. And it's kind of messed up. You know, they always try to make it seem as though, you know, she was lying about getting shot. You know, first he said she didn't get shot. It was glass. Then he said that not only did she did get shot, he just wasn't the one who did it, and he didn't know who did it. He said Kelsey didn't do it, and they brought them receipts back when he was up in the comments of like the shade room or the neighborhood talk or whatever. I think it was the shade room, and he said Kelsey didn't do it. But now his defense is trying to pin it on Kelsey. And also, let's put it out there, you know, yeah, it came out saying that, you know, him and Meg had a little thing. They was fucking. They was fucking. Meg said on that interview that they wasn't. Girl, that's the only thing that I'm mad at her about. Like, girl, why you had to lie about that? Because we all knew. We all knew, girl. You ain't had to. I mean, I understand why you lied, but in this case, you still shouldn't have lied. You know, that's a body that you don't want to claim. I get it. But come on now. We already knew. Anybody with eyes knew. Okay? Because who the fuck shooting somebody? Come on. And then when it came out and said... the argument really started because it got really escalated because Megan told Tory Lanez that his music sucked. Now I'm sorry. I am fucking sorry. It is some parts of this shit that is hilarious. And I'm not talking about the violent part. I am talking about the verbal shit that is going back and forth. Because every time I seen that, ever since I seen that, and I even posted this in one of those comments, when they said that on one of these, I don't know if it was the shade room or whatever, I was like, you remember that episode of Martin when they went to the couple counseling retreat and they had to do the whole role playing, and then they was like, tell that Gina was getting pissed off at Martin because Martin was faking like he was, you know, the victim and all this stuff or whatever. And Gina was like, and that's why your radio show sucks. That's what that shit reminded me of instantly when I heard that she allegedly told that man that your music is trash. I said, what? That's up there with the dance bitch. Okay, I was... It's not funny, but it's that your music is trash. Like, bitch, you really hurt that man feeling. And that's how I know the motherfucker was fucking. I said that for some reason proved to me that y'all was fucking, okay? But you may not have been in a relationship, but you was fucking. And that's fine. And see, the whole narrative of trying to paint her as a hoe, like half the fucking industry are hoes and y'all listen to them. You know what I'm saying? And who gives a good goddamn? Who gives a good goddamn? That don't still want the violence that happened towards her. Megan got up there and she testified yesterday in her purple suit with her courthouse bob, okay? You know, looking good. She looked good. Tory, let me tell you this first of all. Let me go back because Tory really had me fucked up. Tory made me mad at this really one particular part. It's one thing to have your defense to try to slut shame Megan, to try to pin it on the shooting on Kelsey. Mind you, both Kelsey and him tested positive for gunshot residue. So that means that a gun was fired. They said they did find a firearm underneath the seat and it was warm to the touch, meaning that it was fired, okay? They were both tested positive for the gunshot residue. He not only did that, but he brought his son to court. I don't know how old that boy is, but he is not old enough to be sitting up in the courtroom. He should have been in somebody's kindergarten classroom. He should have been in somebody's kindergarten classroom. Unless the kids are out on Christmas break right now, there is no reason why that boy should have been there. And even if they are, he should have been with somebody else. Why would you bring your child? And I know why. He brought him there for this sympathy thing. You know, you saw him get out the car. You saw him trying to fix his jacket and make him seem like he's, you know, fixing his clothes and all that stuff. And he's being this doting father, this good father. I'm a good man. You know, it was all for sympathy. It's all for image. It's all for looks. It's all for public opinion. It's all to control a certain type of narrative that they're trying to put out. But my whole thing is, why would you bring a child up in there? I said, I hope they sitting him outside the courtroom. Oh, no, baby. They had the baby up inside the courtroom listening to Megan testify about the violence that this man did towards her, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? talking about all this stuff. Why would you want your child to hit? That's damaging. Somebody talking about they daddy like that. You know, like, come on. Girl, Megan said she was scared to come out and say some shit for real, because it's like she didn't know if it was going to damage her career, you know, coming at this man, because as you see, the industry, especially the rap community, is very male dominated, and we have had niggas come out and say nasty shit about her. Case in point, Drake saying recently the shit that he said about her on the his recent album with 21 Savage, you know what I'm saying? And they said at one point he did offer her $1 million not to say something. That didn't make sense. That I was like, if he did that, that's stupid as fuck. And that means that motherfucker was really scrambling. And it was like, you offering me money not to say nothing, but you not even asking how I am or trying to check on me or whatever. I was like, well, he was trying to save his ass. And my whole thing is, did he even have $1 million like that? I ain't know Tory Lanez had $1 million like that to even put out. You know, at one point he offered Kelsey money. She claimed, now this bitch today, Mama said, let's get into it. Let me read some of my notes, okay? Okay, Kelsey said that you know, Megan was lying about the fact that she was a backstabber. I think, you know, now from what I'm getting, Megan allegedly introduced her to Tory, and then Megan started fucking around with Tory. She ain't really had the best taste in me, and Party is the only one. So I mean, Megan, if you did that, you fucked up. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, they weren't in a relationship, but that's still y'all passing niggas around. Ew. Anyway, Megan Thee Stallion was in court yesterday on the stand. She gave an emotional testimony to the jury in a downtown Los Angeles, saying that she didn't feel good and reportedly said, I can't believe I have to come up here and do this. She said that Kelsey and Tory started to fight while in the car, prompting her to get out the vehicle. And as she began to walk, she allegedly heard Tory say, dance, bitch, with the gun pointing at her. Now, they did say the gun shot out 5 rounds, okay? She said she began to go into shock after getting shot or whatever, claimed that as the sirens approached, Tory said, don't say nothing and I'll give you $1 million. Allegedly told her that he was already on probation. She testified that she remembered thinking that how he was more concerned about going back to jail than shooting her. I mean, well, I get it. I get it. That's kind of fucked up, but you know, that's what niggas think in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Kelsey get on the stand, and at one point they was asking her a question. They was trying to ask her, who the fuck shot the girl, or do you know what Tory said to you and all this stuff? And she was basically like, I want to invoke my 5th Amendment right. I said, what? Mind you, she got immunity. And everybody, like, if you go on Twitter, I'm not finna go through the whole thing, but it's a couple of threads from official reporters who were actually there in the court, you know, and I'm not talking about gossip and bloggers, okay? Not them, but actual official journalists who were inside the courtroom, and it's their job to, you know, report on these cases or whatever. And their Twitter threads basically was just saying, let me find one. The girl got immunity, okay? So basically, it's the immunity like, let me do it. Kelsey showed up, right? It says, Harris' lawyer, who is Kelsey, told the judge this morning that she planned on to invoke her 5th Amendment right against self-incrimination, but prosecutor had already granted her immunity. So she's testifying. So why you won't just say what it is? Bitch, you got on Twitter, you was on all up in blogs, comments or whatever, saying that you was gonna tell the truth. You was gonna just wait till the trial come and then y'all gonna know who telling the truth about this and all this stuff or whatever. But Chad, you get up here invoking your Fifth Amendment rights on some of the shit that we needed to know. You know what I'm saying? And at that moment, that made me believe that, bitch, you knew, and what everybody was, or what we've been thinking, most of us been thinking, that yeah, that nigga did the shit. And then my whole thing is this: why you won't just go ahead and say it instead of invoking your Fifth Amendment right, and it just looking like you either trying to protect him, mind you, the whole time he's still putting it on her. But then gotcha. Now first you say that the girl didn't get shot. You said that she hit fucked her legs and her foot up on some glass. But now his lawyers literally came out and admitted that she was shot. Not shot at, that she actually was shot. But he's trying to say that he wasn't the one who did it. It was Kelsey. I said, oh. And I said at that moment, like, Kelsey, you heard all this shit yesterday. You can't tell me that you did it. And so you ain't gonna sit a bitch. I'm sitting up here like, I ain't shoot no goddamn body. And even Megan said she didn't see Kelsey with a gun. She said that. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, I would have got up on that motherfucking stand and I got immunity. Fuck a Fifth Amendment right about now. Bitch, you can't do shit to me at this moment. And you trying to pin that shit on me? Nigga, it was you. It was you. That little man right there. That little man with the spray on hair. He did that shit. He did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that was like, she really struggled when the deputy DA asked her about Tory threatening to shoot her while they were in the Escalade. And she was like, do I have to answer that? And the judge said yes. And, you know, that's when she was like, can I take my fifth? Because she didn't want to answer it, but they pulled up an interview that she did back in September where she said, yeah, he threatened her and then offered her some money and shit. So now people thinking and saying that, you know, basically she probably took the money and that's why she needed that immunity for self-incrimination, you know, to stop her. Because the immunity is for, you can't charge her for if she did some illegal shit. I was just like, this is fucked up. All I got out of that shit is that Megan was not lying about getting shot. And we got the proof, or we got that from Tory's own lawyer. They put that out there and said that, yes, Megan was shot. But then he tried to say that Kelsey did it. Girl, this shit is a fucking mess. And then they said, girl, she went back to the car. She went back to the house over there to Kylie house or whatever to get her shoes and all that stuff. And then something popped off in there where, you know, she came out and said, Kylie told us to get the fuck out. I said, bitch, what the fuck is y'all doing over there? Girl, you don't have to go over there. Like, come on, y'all can't. I don't. At this point in time, I feel like everybody in the case is fucked up. Yes, everybody in the case is fucked up. But it's a little vindication for Megan because people dragged her through the mud and saying that she was lying about getting shot. And that motherfucker lawyer admitted that, yes, she was shot. And now he's trying to put it on somebody else. Which makes me believe, I'm not saying that it happened. I'm saying that my personal opinion, that he's the one that actually did it. Because Megan already said she didn't see that girl with the gun. Okay? So there's that. I guess it's probably going to go on again. I don't know. Honestly, I'm probably not going to do it day by day. Each coming back to y'all. Girl, I just come back to y'all when the verdict is read. Because I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over it. Because I got into it with somebody that, you know, I'm cool with over this shit. We was on the phone talk. I said, bitch, we is not going to be sitting on the phone talking about this shit, okay? You know, it is what it is. Everybody's going to have their own opinion, and we have to respect that. And we don't need to be disrespectful and nasty to anybody up in the comments, okay, who disagree. But the facts are the facts, and the facts are the lady was shot. You know, she could have been lying about some other things, but what matters to me is that both those people had gunshot residue on them, and his lawyer said that she was, in fact, shot. So we're going to move on from that. Karisha. Diddy about to re-up, okay? I want these people to stop. Now, Karisha, listen, girlfriend. Now, you say that man ain't your man. That's fine. You say you like him real bad, or they go together y'all go together real bad, or whatever the fuck. You know that ain't your man. That's your trick. That's your trick. That's your sugar daddy or whatever. That's fine. That's fine. But I need you to play the role right, okay? That means that you already know he got a stable. You already know he got a stable. I don't need you getting in your feelings each and every time something come out about this man that ain't your man. Just continue collecting the checks, continue collecting the diamonds, continue collecting the cars, and continue fucking and getting the trips, okay? Get the dick, get the money, and continue doing what you've been doing. That's your friend with benefit. That ain't your man, right? You know, that's why people keep saying you a little pressed or whatever, because you always, you know, got something to say, or you had something to say recently because it came out that Diddy got a baby. Diddy got a 2-month-old. A 2-month-old girl named Love Sean Combs, okay? From a 28-year-old named Dana Tran. I said, bitch, what? When I tell you he kept that one hidden in the chamber, girl, we was like, it was so weird because on Monday, he tweeted that he was like, something, my baby girl, I want to introduce the world to my baby girl, Love Sean Combs. Now, at first, I said, bitch, what? And then my ass was like, maybe he talking about a record label or a new album finna come out. No, girl, they said it's a baby. Okay, baby. I said, oh my goodness. You too old for this. The same thing that they be telling women, oh, y'all too goddamn old to be having babies in your 50s and shit. What is you doing? Nigga, you too old. You got knee problems already. I don't want to be ageist or whatever. But I'm just saying, I mean, everybody gonna go to, he got the money to afford it. That's fine. That's fine. But I don't want to be, when he turned 18, when the baby turned 10, he gonna be 60 something. Is he 53? He's going to be 63. When the baby turn 20, if he's still around, he going to be 73. When you turn 30, you're going to be 83. Baby, I want my parents young with me, okay? My mom is 20 years older than me, and that's fine. That is fine, okay? I can deal with that. I know I went to school with somebody, and her daddy, we was in 8th grade, high school, seniors. So that means we was 17, 18 years old. And she was like, yeah, my daddy 80-something years old. I said, bitch, what? Not her granddaddy, her father. I said, oh. And she came out his nutsack. I was like, what the fuck was going on? No, we're not doing this. But all right. I mean, the baby will be taken care of. That's no doubt. I mean, one thing about it, Nick Cannon and Diddy crop of girls or women, they're not complaining about not being taken care of by neither one of them. They just got issues with, at least Diddy people got issues with each other. And I just don't understand why. Okay? I said, you know, we talk shit about Nick Cannon, and it's a shame that we got to bring him up in this. This is the only time that we can be nice to him about this whole situation that he got going on. We talk shit about him and him just repopulating the whole earth, right? With all these different women. But at the end of the day, we do not see them women going back and forth at each other's throat on social media. We don't see them doing that. We don't see Nick stressing out over the women not getting along, at least in the public eye. We don't know what's going on in private. I mean, the nigga just was in the hospital. He just got out. So, you know, he probably stressed from everything else, and it just caused him to get sick. And plus, he do got lupus, and he had pneumonia, all that shit. It's crazy. Plus, it's flu season. So, hey, there's a lot of shit going on. But we don't see all that contention going on online. Baby, Diddy came out, said he had a goddamn baby. Next thing you know, academics going at Karisha, you know, talking about she mad and she pressed and all this stuff, and she just a glorified hoe and all that or whatever. You a side chick. And I'm sitting here like, first of all, I can't stand academic because academics always going at a woman. He's always going at a woman or somebody that he think that is lesser than him, weaker than him if they're a man, you know. And I know he wasn't expecting Santana to pop off at him the way that he popped off at him and trying to say something, I'm going to be outside and remember that you still a man. And Santana said, yeah, nigga, I'm still a man and I still whoop that ass. And I truly believe that Santana will whoop Academic's ass. Okay? I just got that feeling. I feel like anybody could whoop that nigga ass. All right? But we not advocating for violence over here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, something needs to be done. I don't know what. Somebody needs to sit that nigga down, talk to him, rough him up or something. I don't know. Because he's just doing too much. Like, I would never feel comfortable making a career off of, you know, intentionally starting things with people and targeting people and just talking about people, especially a man talking about a women that aren't doing anything to them, that never did anything to them. And the way that some of these bloggers and some of these people talk about these celebrities, they get so pissed off about them and they go so deep into them. They dedicate blogs, they dedicate videos, they dedicate channels and everything to them. And they be so mad at these people. And the person ain't never did a thing to them personally to be so fucking pissed off at them. I mean, we get on here and we give our opinion about certain situations that certain celebrities do, or, you know, false celebrities do, these reality people and all that stuff. But I'm guaranteed you, the majority of us, we just giving our opinions. We just, you know, playing along with it. We just wanted to talk about it, and then we're done with it till whatever else come along. We are not affected by it. We don't go that deep into it. We not sitting up here like, I hate that bitch. Oh my God, I can't stand that bitch like that. I mean, we probably didn't said that, but we ain't saying it like, bitch, dedicating a whole fucking blog to it or whatever, a whole fucking channel to it, no, it ain't that goddamn deep, bitch. I wish I would be pissed off over somebody that I do not know, that don't know me, that ain't did shit to me personally. All because they don't like this celebrity or they don't like, girl, that ain't my problem. Why is it yours? I don't understand it, but hey, that's just how it is. Karisha, you know, came back at his ass, which was needed, okay? Diddy had to come through and say she ain't never been no side chick. And if anybody wanna, that's his shorty wop. That's somebody that's gonna forever be special to me. That's my little shorty wop. I said, 53-year-old man calling you a shorty wop? He really thought he ate with that. I said, now, Diddy, you could have gave him something else. Diddy had to come through because y'all was playing on his little shorty wop name. She ain't never no side chick. And truth be told, she's not. How are you the side chick to somebody that is not claiming you as their girlfriend or wife? He's not claiming any of these women. He's just fucking them and buying them gifts. That's just what it is. They're free to do whatever they want to do with whoever they want to do it with. And they both said that they're single. So how can you be side chicking to somebody that is not claiming you and who is not in a relationship with anybody? They're just one of many that he fucking around with or they're fucking with. That's just it, you know? And if that's their arrangement, I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's what they want to do. That's what they gonna do. Some of y'all doing the same damn thing. Y'all got a roster too, you know? And, my whole thing is just shut the fuck up and reap the benefits. You ain't got to get online and say nothing. And then this Gina bitch came out last night. Girl, yesterday they had posted that shit on Instagram. What she put out there, she was like, you know, meanwhile, she up here coming at me and the nigga had a whole baby on her ass. I said, and then she put the ninja emoji because, you know, we use the ninja emoji to say nigga. Now, the girl said she got a little black up in her. I don't see it, but baby, I'm gonna need you not to do that because you questionable, okay? Until we see, and even then, I just don't want you saying that shit. But at the same time, bitch, because she shot the fire off at Karisha because wasn't nobody talking to Gina, okay, bitch. Last time I saw Gina was with somebody else. I'm sitting here like, why are you in the business? Why you got something to say? If you still fucking him, just fuck him in peace. You ain't the only one because he got another one. another social media influencer girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here like, it's a stable, it's a crop, it's a bunch of y'all that he fucking around with. And if you're okay with being one of many, do your thing and just shut the fuck up and reap the goddamn benefits of it. I just don't understand. But mama said what she had to say, and Karisha came back, called that bitch Sushi, and called her Chungli. That was wrong. That was racially insensitive. That was racially insensitive. But baby, it caught me in my throat. I said, did she say this? Did she say Sushi and Chungli? Now stop it. Okay? I was a little bit conflicted because it was funny for a second. But then I said, no, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. But then that girl did put the ninja emoji that means nigga. And I was like, but no, we're not gonna fight. We're not gonna do that. You know, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But at the end of the day, I'ma just need Karisha to just chill. And I'm not putting it on her, but girl, you're the only one that we actually care about to a certain extent in this situation. And you made it known what your position is or whatever, and that's fine. You don't need to say nothing else. We get it. You ain't got to come out here defending, and Diddy gonna fuck around and let y'all asses go because y'all don't know how to fucking act. Y'all don't know how to fucking act. Y'all got to get on the same goddamn page, okay? Fuck that bitch, and you just mind yourself, and you just suck his dick. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, okay? I don't get it because I'm not finna worry about shit. Meanwhile, Lil Fizz, who put Lil Fizz pictures out there on the internet? Now, they say, allegedly, that these pictures... girl, I saw this shit trending on Monday. And I was like, what is talking about Lil Fizz? What the fuck he do? Girl, who talking about a B2K? Girl, no, it wasn't no B2K. It was B2 Booty Hole. That's what it was. I said, now, what the fuck is this shit? Girl, now y'all know I'm into some shit. I done seen some assholes. I done seen some dicks. I done seen some balls. I done seen some puss. I done seen some clits. You know, titties and all that shit. It's all fine with me. I only prefer the, you know, tits and the clits. You know what I'm saying? But I look at gay porn. So this is nothing new. It wasn't nothing shocking. The only shocking part about it was they said that was Lil Fizz. And I said, he's straight, right? Because none of those pictures look like a straight man would do that. The one picture where it's taken underneath and it's showing the undercarriage of his dick and balls. And I was like, why does it look like that? Like, it looked like a fucking balloon knot. That's how fucking fat his balls were. I was really confused. And then it was a picture of the booty hole. The booty hole was protruding out like this. And I was just really confused because it looked like somebody was playing in it. And if that's your thing, that's your thing. Because, you know, they say the G-spot for the men is in the prostate. You know what I'm saying? Tickle that bitch and it's fine. You know what I'm saying? That'll make you gay or nothing because, you know, niggas want to say that. But that's not what it is. You know, they like the stimulation, okay? But at the same time, I'm like, this don't look like... No, I don't believe that those was his pictures. I know he did come out and say that those are not his pictures. Somebody was playing games. Hell, maybe a Marion, you know, because they did that Drink Champ, you know, interview and called him out on a whole bunch of shit. And Omarion put his book out and then ain't nobody really saying shit about it. Maybe he was just a little bit mad. And so he put the thing out there. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that them pictures was not his. Unless y'all know something that I don't know. I'm just going to say that the pictures was not his. And Moniece, ain't nobody asked you to say no shit. Okay, what nobody thinking about you? At this day and age, I don't even think that we even associate Moniece with Lil Fizz no more. When we talk about Lil Fizz, okay? At least I don't. I forgot all about the fact that he got a child with her. That's how irrelevant to me she is. Meanwhile, let's move on from that. Because I really want to talk about this shit right here. Y'all remember Derrick Jackson, the so-called relationship guru that used to be on, I don't know if he still is because, you know, I was tired of seeing his videos, so I muted and blocked that shit. But he was on Facebook because that's where I used to see him all the time, and I never was following him. I was like, why the fuck is he on my, because y'all was sharing it. And he was always talking about relationships up in the cars and stuff like that. Okay, cool. We found out that he was married. At least I found out he was married. He was married to somebody that, you know, her name was Danae Jackson. And they was together for a minute, known each other since school and all that stuff. Mama was holier than thou because all of a sudden this cheating scandal came out, and then they did that video where they were sitting hands to hand and she had her bonnet on and her glasses, okay? And you know, basically saying the breastplate of Jesus, she got the breastplate of salvation protecting her. That's what she said, because that used to be my Twitter headed for a minute. And so I was just like, oh, okay, so she was gonna stick by her man. Fine, you know, and that's when I realized how heavily into the church and shit that they were, or at least her. Because now things came out, but prior to that, I would say like a couple of weeks ago or so, maybe a month, I'll make it 3 weeks ago or whatever, she put out a video basically saying anybody out here talking about Danae Jackson or Derek Jackson, I curse your family. You know, let your husbands and your wives be widowed. Let your kids be bastards, or what is it when the parents orphans and all that shit. Let this happen. And I said, oh my God, she was cursing people. She was cursing people in the name of the Lord, and I just did not understand that. I said, see, it's one thing to be religious. It's one thing to be over religious. And then it's one thing to be fanatical as fuck. And she was that. Okay. And that's why I can't feel sorry for her. Because, you know, you put all this shit into this relationship and that man filed for divorce. All because, and he said, listen, we've been separated for a minute. She ain't really want it. I filed for divorce. And he only came out and said that because they saw him down in New Orleans with another young tender, right? That looked more like his speed. I said complete opposite from Miss Janae. Okay, mama look like she gets drunk during the week. She smoke a little reefer during the week. Danae look like she sleep with her Bible. She wake up with her Bible and she take a shower with her Bible. Okay, like when they had sex, the Bible is right there next to them. You know, that's what Miss Danae gives. You know, Danae gives missionary with a gown, and she don't fully get undressed. You know what I'm saying? She just lays there, hike it up, you know, and let him do his do. You know what I'm saying? That's what she gives. Oh, girl gives, I give all 69 position plus 10 more. You know, that's what she gives. You know what I'm saying? Matching Cuban links, tattooed up, weaved out. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? See, this is what happened when you put your mouth out there and you be talking on other people and you're doing the most, and then look, your own backyard ain't even clean. Your man done left your ass, you know. And I know people want to feel sorry for her, and they say that man put her through some shit. Yeah, he did. He's a dirt ass nigga too, okay? But, you know, it was her decision to fucking stay. And I feel like she tried to stay for an image. That's what it was. Because ain't no way in hell you going to publicly humiliate. Y'all already know how I feel about that. You publicly humiliate me, and I'm out that bitch. I'm not staying for no fucking image. But you took your breastplate of salvation off for a good second, and that man slid that goddamn... He swiftly put that damn divorce in there. I don't like seeing people get divorced or whatever, but damn. But damn. Sometimes it's just hard for you to feel sorry for certain people. It is. Moving on from that, Mariah the Scientist. I don't know this girl from Adam. I've heard of her. And every time I hear about her, it's something about her and Young Thug, or her and Young Thug baby mama going back and forth at each other. And my whole thing is, bitch, can we talk about your music more than we talk about this fucking relationship that you are glorifying, being with a man behind bars? And, you know, just because they let Gunna go, oh, they not letting Young Thug go. And now the latest thing is, you know, she did this photo shoot of her being, I guess she was supposed to be interviewing, they supposed to be interviewing each other for Galore magazine. And she's supposed to be like at the jail where they be talking through the phone or whatever. And she's sitting there with a baby. And we was like, who the fuck the baby is? I was like, so you're glorifying this jailhouse shit. And I know some people was like, well, y'all just finding anything to hate on. Ain't nobody hating on it. Why would we hate on somebody in a relationship and going so hard for a nigga that's in jail that don't look like they're coming home anytime soon? Like, that's nothing to hate on, okay? It just looked really, really, really weird. I'm just tired of people who got talent, or they supposed to have talent or whatever. They're not getting recognized for their talents, but for scandal or whatever else will surround them. I just want people to get recognized for what it is that they're supposed to get recognized for. Like, come on. Condolences out there to Tina Turner. She lost her son. her youngest son, Ronnie Turner. He passed away, I believe, Monday or this past Sunday. Earlier this week, I should say. He was 62 years old, and he was having complications with colon cancer, and that's what happened. I feel so bad for her. I just feel like parents really shouldn't outlive their kids. And that's sad. She outlived most of her kids. I just hope people are checking in on her and loving on her. I really do. Lil Meech got caught up. First of all, BMF comes on next month, season 2. Lil Meech, if y'all don't know, that's Big Meech's son. You know, he's playing his daddy in BMF or whatever. And the whole reason why the daddy wanted him to do the acting is so that he won't be up in the streets. And he is just trying to be like his daddy. That's what it seemed like. Okay? You got in trouble with you first being accused of stealing a Richard Mille watch. Then you're getting caught up in the airport with a fucking gun that you did not have a permit for. Like, boy, what? What? You have all this opportunity not to do the fuck shit, but you just want to do the fuck shit. I just don't get it. These kids today. Did y'all see the R. Kelly shit? That album that came out, I admit, y'all ignorant as fuck. Anybody that listened to that shit about him admitting to doing dumb shit to to these women, like y'all, these young underage women, y'all nasty, y'all disgusting, y'all pathetic. They're gonna say that the album wasn't real, it was fake. Basically, somebody had stole his masters and probably put that shit out. His team didn't put it out. Girl, I don't care. I don't care. You know, they took it off the platform or whatever. But Lifetime, let me talk to you for a second. We don't want it. Okay? We don't want it. Lifetime is finna put out a 3rd installment of the Surviving R. Kelly just to go through the aftermath of the other 2 Surviving R. Kellys and his court stuff and all that shit. We already seen it. We seen it play out in real time. We don't need to see no whole TV show about it. I mean, you're trying to milk it. Okay, we got it. Y'all did what y'all needed to do. Thank you. But at this point in time, let it go. Let it go. Okay. Moving on from that, ABC canceled the Backstreet Boys Christmas. I did not know Nick Cannon had an accusation from back in what, 2000, 2001, when he was 21 years old and a fan of his was 17, and she said that that man raped her, and she was autistic. She had cerebral palsy. I said, bitch, what? And said, you little R word bitch, ain't nobody gonna believe you. And R word, you know what the R word is? I said, oh my God. Oh my God. She said that this happened. You know, of course his people came out and said that it didn't. But because of these allegations, and then I heard that there was some other allegations, I said, God damn. And his brother, all this coming out after his brother just died. I said, boy, when people want to unearth some shit, people gonna unearth some shit, okay? I don't know. But it was a lot of crazy shit that was going on back then. So I wouldn't put it past anybody whether or not they did something or not. Moving on from that. Congratulations to Lil Wayne. His song Lollipop then went 10-time platinum. You know, with 10 million singles brought, you know. Baby. Lollipop got a little resurgence because it came back on TikTok probably like a couple of months ago. And they was doing little trends and little dance to it. But let me just tell you this. If you wasn't around when Lollipop first dropped, that was a fucking... Like, lately, I just been doing a lot of reminiscing with the music that's been out. You know, from, you know, listening to some older music or whatever that came out probably when I was, like, in high school and college. Oh, my God. That was the era of the best music. Best music, like, of the 2000s and shit. You know, and I was just like, oh, my God, this shit was so fucking good. Lollipop came out, and we did some things. Bitch. It unlocked a lot of memories, okay? That was a time. Congratulations to Lil Wayne. You couldn't go nowhere without hearing Lollipop. Even the ones that said they couldn't stand the song, bitch, you know, it was being played. You just had to hear it. Jackie Chan and them said, you know, we finna get ready for a Rush Hour 4. I mean, honestly, I wasn't looking for no Rush Hour 4. The 3 was enough, but I'ma still watch it, so that's good. It's just gonna be interesting to see how these older men work now, you know. Pastor Jamal Bryant, he want to bring some weed. He want to grow cannabis to New Birth, just to get the niggas back in, the young people back up in the you know, back in the seat. Get these asses in the seats at the church. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that's gonna correlate. But I mean, I guess I don't feel like it's gonna go through, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, you guys tell me how y'all feel. I hope y'all in. Yeah, it's time for me to get the fuck up off of here. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. I hope it is a great one. Ooh, y'all, girl. I'm going to let y'all know tomorrow if I get the scissor tickets. I feel like I'm going to get them. And if I don't get them tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and get them probably by the end of the week, whatever. If I truly make my mind up. But I might get them. I'm going to let y'all know. I want to sing. I do. A part of me really want to see her sing in cursive live. You know, I do. But anyway, I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your week, okay? And if you have had a bad week so far, I hope it get better. You know, we all in this shit together, okay? We all in this shit together, babe. And we'll all be all right. And I will see y'all later. Peace.